Let's talk a little bit of World Juniors. And I got to tell you, it was a boatload of fun as an American to be in Toronto when Latvia, behind Capitals draftee Eric Smateko, who scored a goal to force overtime and then won it in the shootout. That was glorious. Just watching what looked like it was like a state funeral, man. And that they take it serious north of the border. But the Capitals have six guys
Yeah,
who are playing in this tournament. Targ Mateko is one of them. Ryan Leonard, captain, Team USA.
yeah,
But this is the most, I want to say, maybe in 20 years that the Capitals have
you're
had
right.
playing at the same time in World Juniors. Fantastic organizational, another wave coming in the not too distant future. Some guys we know about, and some guys were just picked, like Mateko. But these guys are going to be the future. And man, it's good to see, especially with the win that Latvia got. It was great to
Right.
be able to see those kind of moments, big, fast, like that a lot from a Caps perspective.
Mateko looks like the next Protus. I mean, he's huge and he's got hands and
I
he's
think
got IQ.
Elia Protus is the next Protus. How
Right,
about
right. You're right. He's the third Protus, maybe. Yeah,
the pro tie? That's
the
what we're going to
Protus.
have to start working around here. The plural.
But yeah, as you know, as an American, and having spent most of my life, looking at international terms and watching Canada just dominate, everyone in this country gets cracks a little smile when Canada goes down. Especially when it's Latvia. I mean, a country that has turned out some NHL players.
Yeah.
But isn't supposed to be beating Canada. I mean, I
No.
was literally on my couch right behind here watching TV a couple nights ago, screaming at the TV when that was going down. And then when it was Mateko, it was even better. But yeah, I mean, you're right. This team has done a really good job drafting as of late. And to have six guys in this tournament, these are the best 17, 18, 19 year olds in the world. Like many of the guys on most of the guys on Canada and US are gonna play in the National Hockey League. To get this type of experience just accelerates their growth. Ryan Leonard is the captain of USA, right? He's playing pretty good. How about Cole Hudson? He had 5 assists against Germany the other night, and then scored a goal in their overtime loss to Finland. He's starting to look like Lane Hudson. I mean, the future is really bright for this organization, and it's just I'll tell you, just as a fan of hockey, a guy who just watches hockey all the time, it's really cool for me to have uh, 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 so many players in the World Juniors to now I have teams to cheer for. It used to be like 5 years ago when the Caps had like one guy over there. It was like, I don't want to watch Latvia, or I don't really want to watch Sweden. Now they have players, so I have reason to tune in, and fans, you do too. It's on NHL Network. Find it.
Yeah, certainly a lot of good hockey between now and getting into the first few days
Yeah.
of the new year. I have enjoyed, and I don't know if you've seen these stories. I've seen a number of them that have been written by people who are not in Washington, who are looking at what the Capitals have done this season. And not just this season so much, yeah, they're winning, but how did they get here? They got here by making tough decisions and finding the right mix of players to, instead of, oh, okay, Detroit, we're going to rip it down to the studs and we're going to build this thing back up and see what we can do. Okay, Buffalo, we're going to do this for 14 years where we're just in this perpetual rebuild. And everyone, and I'm sure you've seen these articles that say, you know what, the Washington way, maybe that's the way we're all supposed to be doing this. All 32 teams, where you say, okay, you know what, 2 years ago, Garnet Hathaway, Dmitry Orlov, do you want to get rid of them? No. But you do, because you need draft assets. You had an opportunity to bring in a player you
Yep.
identified in Rasmus Sandin. Now look at him. You
Yep.
go in and get draft picks.
Yep.
You take 2 years of kind of being in the wilderness as sellers to be able to turn around and have money to go get stuff this past summer. And now look what's happened. And I feel like the Capitals, in a lot of ways, and I don't think this is hyperbole here, I think they are changing the way that 32 general managers in this league are going to look at, okay, listen, we need to evaluate talent better, not just in
Right.
amateur, not just for World Junior, not just for OHL and college and whatever, but be able to identify guys to bring into our team so we don't hit bottom. The Capitals went from, okay, incredible for 15 years. Look at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh decided, no, we want to get Kevin Hayes. We want to get all these veteran guys and try and keep the sun in the sky. And you know what? It didn't work. it's not going to work. They're not going to make the playoffs again under Sidney Crosby. I don't think. They've been playing better, but that team is not a significant force right now. And I just think that the way that Washington has done it is such a model
Yep.
for the entire league. And it's nice for me, and I'm sure for hockey ops, to be able to see those efforts being recognized really across the NHL, I think, at this point.